Have you ever wondered why some women get all the attention of men, and especially the ones you have always wanted to attract? Why is it that all men are drawn to her without her even lifting her little finger? I have good news and bad news. The bad news, it's because of a few secrets that only a few women know. The good news, I'm going to reveal all of these secrets today. So after this video, you will know exactly what to do to become part of those very few women who know how to use their feminine energy and be irresistible to any man without doing anything. Let's get into this. The first trait I want to talk about is emotional intelligence and regulation. Men find it very attractive to be with a woman who can express her emotions herself freely, openly, and clearly. Emotional intelligence is not only about knowing how the other person is feeling, what the other person is feeling, it's also about knowing what you are feeling, how are you feeling, and being able to express that without letting it take over you. This is so important because men ultimately want to make us happy. A man comes into your life because he finds you attractive, he wants to get to know you, and he wants to make you happy. He wants to provide. He is showing love with actions, not with words. And how can he best possible provide for you without knowing how you feel, why you feel that way, and what he can do for you to make you feel more or less of that. That's why it's so important that whenever you feel frustrated or angry, that you are able to communicate that to the right time, in the right place, and also in the right wordings. What do I mean by that? Let's say you're dating a man, you're in a relationship with a man or your husband. He says to you, hey, I'm going to have a meeting, I will be done in 1 hour. After 1 hour, you don't hear from him. He doesn't say anything. 2 hours are passing, still you don't hear anything from him. 3 hours pass, you still don't hear from him. After 3.5 hours, he is calling you, he is sending you a message saying, hey, it took longer and I'm tired now, I will be going to sleep. Now your emotional intelligence and regulation is required. He has been in a meeting for 2 or 3 hours and he is obviously tired and exhausted. If you're now starting to call him and say, why you didn't tell me it's going to take longer, you didn't find the decency to minimum send me a message, I kept waiting for you, can you not come now, you don't care about me, you don't love me, that's the worst thing you can do. You have to step into that situation with the intelligence of knowing where he is at, but also keeping your boundaries and dignity intact. You are obviously hurt and he didn't do anything with the wrong intention, but right now it's not the right time to have that conversation with him. Your task is to regulate your emotions, to regulate yourself, and the next morning, the next day, or the next time you meet each other, you will bring up that exact topic and you will say how you felt. I felt dismissed, I felt disrespected, I felt sad, I felt whatever you felt, name it, speak it out, and also reason it. I felt X, Y, and Z because you did X, Y, and Z. Your actions made me feel a certain type of way. And then you add how you would like to have it in future. In future, I would appreciate if you can just give me a hint. I would feel so valued and respected if you can just send me a message that you won't make it today. This allows men to understand you better and in future give you exactly what you need. And that brings me to our next trait, graciousness. Men speak in actions. They express their love in actions, not in words. When you as a woman understand that and use it to your favor and also be gracious about that and also be grateful when he is expressing his love in actions and you're not forcing him to give you love the same way you would give it to him, that's what makes you super attractive. Men are going crazy about women who are almost a little bit like the damsel in distress, playing a little helpless, like, I need help, and you're so strong, so smart and intelligent, and also you're so good looking. I would need help from someone that is exactly like you. Men love that. They fall for that every single time, not because they don't know that, but that's what makes them going. That's what they are naturally made and built for. Men love protecting, men love providing, and men love saving someone in a distressed situation. That's why it's actually really, really important to always keep in mind to let the man feel like the hero and the provider and the protector in any given situation. And even if it's for small things, let him do it and then appreciate the things. For example, you're in a restaurant and you're trying to open the water bottle yourself and pretend that it's way too heavy, it's way too tight and you cannot open it, and then you can ask him because it's so difficult to open and you need someone that has really strong grip and a really strong arm like him to open the bottle for you. Or for example, you're getting cozy on the sofa with your boyfriend, with your husband, and then you remember you forgot something small, really unnecessary and actually unimportant for you in the kitchen, another room, on the balcony, and you ask him if he can please get up to get this. And then when he comes back, you say, "You saved my day, you're such a hero for me, thank you so much." Overdo it a little bit, don't fake it too much, but overdo it and give him as many opportunities to show acts of service, because that's how men fall in love and that's how men show love. And when they do, appreciate it. When they do, be gracious and reward him with sweet words, with softness, because ultimately that's what men want, right? They want what they cannot give themselves, which is the feminine, the softness, and the warmth. Now this leads into our next trait, which is receiving. A woman who truly knows how to receive is irresistible for men. As I already said, men love acts of service. Men love to show through actions how much they love you, how much they want you, how much they like you. And if you know how to receive proper and be grateful and appreciative for everything you receive, all they want to do is more. They will be so fired up and motivated to do more for you because you are so appreciative. Now, I talk about this in many other videos. We have to learn to be appreciative of everything, every act of service possible, which can also be things that we could do ourselves maybe even better, or even starting with compliments. When a man is making you a compliment and you say, "It's not true," or "I'm not looking that good," "I don't find myself beautiful today." Compliments are the first way of a man trying to give to you. Compliments, opening the doors, picking you up, sending you a car, inviting you to dinner, inviting you for a date. Those are very small, tiny acts of service, and it's almost like the man testing you if you are able to receive, if you're able to be gracious, if you're able to take what comes from the masculine and receive it with the feminine. I understand many women have had traumatic experiences, and some of us have learned through past experiences or even through our childhood that we have to do everything ourselves. We're independent women and we should never rely on someone else. But that's exactly what pushes men away and what turns men off. A man wants to be taking care of the situation. He wants to be in charge of the situation, of things going on, and he doesn't want to feel like there is no air to breathe because you are already taking care of everything and you do not want to receive anything, which can start by compliments. When he is giving you a compliment, keep in mind he is seeing you that way. A man is not just telling you how beautiful you are when he doesn't find you that beautiful. He sees you in a completely different light than you see yourself. So see it from his perspective and take the compliment, receive the compliment with a warm and genuine thank you. When he opens the door, thank you. When he offers you his jacket because he sees that you feel cold, thank you so much. You're so attentive. You're so sweet. Thank you. I feel so taken care of. That's what makes men melt. You really have to put away that masculine shield when you're with a man and let him take over the situation. I know some women who have it really hard to let go of that controlling. They want to be in charge of the whole situation every time. They get into the car, they are demanding, turn down the AC, open the window, it's smelling bad, drive slower, take the right here was a parking, you missed the exit, which was probably very helpful and necessary in some moments in their life. But when you are with a man and you do this, you take away his ability to lead because you already lead the situation. You don't give him space and air to lead, and it puts him off. True masculine man will not be attracted to a woman that is so much in her masculine that she cannot sit back and receive. When you get into his car and the AC is too high, you don't touch the AC, you don't open the window, you don't do anything but sitting back and telling him, it's a bit chilly in here, it's a bit cold, you don't think so? And let him step up. He will turn down the AC, he will open the windows, he will do whatever is necessary when you tell him what to do. Now the next trait that men go crazy about is playfulness. Men do not want to be surrounded with more strict, more seriousness, more thinking, more strategy, more structure. They want to be surrounded by something that makes them feel light in their so heavy day, in their so heavy week, in their masculine, right? When they meet you, they want to feel light. They want to feel like they can let go when they are around you and they can get out of their head for a moment. The next trait is believing in him. Believing in a man is so important because men only believe in themselves because of the belief you have in them. A man's belief stems from your belief in him. If he thinks he can lift 500 kgs in the gym, it's not because he is believing in himself in the first place. It's because there are women in his life that believe he can do it, that believe in him, that he is so strong, that look at him, that tell him, wow, you have so strong arms. And then he wants to prove it. He wants to show the woman in his life, I can actually lift 500 kgs. And the same is when you're going on a date. You do not plan the date. He's asking you where you want to go. You do not tell him, I want to go to this sushi place, I want to go to this restaurant, I want to. You tell him, I believe you have a good taste and you choose a really good restaurant for us. And that puts him in his mind, he doesn't want to disappoint you. He wants to prove to you that he's actually as good as you believe in him to be. The next trait is style. Ultimately, men are attracted first to your outer appearance, right? So your style, your aura, the way you are showing up does matter a lot because that's the first impression and that's actually who you attract. If you're always going around like a little tomboy with oversized hoodies, with sneakers, hair not really done, no makeup, of course you are more likely to attract feminine men because ultimately a feminine man is looking for his polarity, which is a bit more masculine. Now I want you to look at yourself in the mirror, think about how you show up every day in your daily day, when you go outside, when you meet someone. How do you show up for yourself and for others? And then ask yourself, is the type of guy that you want to attract attracted to this type of woman? If it's a yes, great. If it's a no, then your want and need is misaligned with how you present yourself. The next very important trait that men go crazy about is confidence. And confidence doesn't mean that you have to be loud, outgoing, extrovert, that you have to be in a specific type of way. You just have to be confident in yourself for the exact way how and who you are. I don't want you to be someone else, but be confident in who you are. For example, me, I'm a very, I would say, introvert person. I'm a very quiet person. I'm a very put together and also emotional regulated person. I am not loud, I am not very outgoing, but when I'm moving, when I'm going outside, you see me and you know that I am confident. My aura says I'm very confident because I know who I am and I know how I look, what I bring with me, what my aura brings with me. And that's the confidence that other people are perceiving even before I'm opening my mouth. And the thing is that men actually do know if you are really, truly confident or if you're faking confidence. Some women, they are trying so hard to act like they're confident with too much makeup, with very short clothes, with being very loud, with being very extrovert, even though they are not. And men do know that. Men do notice without you saying a word if you are truly confident or if you're just acting like you were confident. And the man is going crazy about the woman who is truly confident in herself for the exact way how she is. So the good news, you don't have to change yourself to be confident. The bad news, you have to go deep and do some shadow work and get to know yourself and accept and love yourself for who you are to truly be confident. The next trait I want to talk about that men find super attractive is to be self-sufficient. This topic seems to be the most controversial because self-sufficient doesn't mean that you're hyper-independent, but self-sufficient does also not mean that you are dependent on a man. Self-sufficient means two things. First of all, emotional self-sufficiency. You are so efficient by yourself that you don't need his attention and validation to feel worthy and to feel good. You don't spiral once he is not picking up the phone. You don't go insane because you don't hear from him one day. And the reason why that's so attractive to men is because when you would be in a relationship or you are in a relationship, you are married, you would have children, he is the one that goes out in the wild and he is getting the money, getting the resources. He is taking care of the material stuff, right? And he needs to be able to trust you that you have the abilities, the capabilities, and the resources emotionally, first of all, that you can stay at home, take care of the children, take care of yourself, and he can go out without worrying if you will be okay. He can go out and focus 100% on what he has to do, on his mission to make more money, to bring more resources, to get out and give his everything and not get distracted by wondering if you're okay, if you can survive yourself. He doesn't want you to be his child. He wants you to be his woman. And the woman is able to hold down the things while he is outside. Please understand, everything I'm saying, you can take it literally by word, but it's not only about staying at home, it's not only about the household. These are also metaphors. They also apply without having a household together, without having children together, without being married and having a family. It's always the same thing. Men go wild about women who are self-sufficient. And the second way you have to be self-sufficient is financially. And this part is so important because as a woman, if you're fully dependent on a man, especially when you get to know him, you give away your power and also your confidence, and you are relying too much on him and automatically also emotionally, because when you literally have no place to stay and no income, but you're living with a man, then of course you will be also emotionally dependent on this man because your life literally depends on his willingness to take care of you. And that should never ever be the case, unless maybe you're married and having children together. But even then, I would still be having your own thing going on, because it's for your own sanity, it's for your own safety, and it's never ever a bad idea to have something that brings you purpose in life and also some income for your own confidence. Ultimately, a feminine, confident woman instills confidence in her man, and that's the point. Another reason why self-sufficiency is so important is because men also go wild about women who have standards and boundaries. Men love challenges, and men love when they are put in a place, right? They are going to military. They first of all like when someone tells them what to do and how to do, and second of all, they need to know where the boundaries are and which boundaries they can cross and which they can't. And if you are not self-sufficient emotionally and or financially, you are more prone to not set your boundaries, because you will be thinking, what if I'm setting my boundaries and then he's removing his attention, removing his finances, removing something that you literally need to feel full. You always need to be self-sufficient. There is no way around that, and luckily nowadays it's so easy to make money, and it's also so beautiful actually to be able to go to the internet and do shadow work, understand yourself better through listening to videos like this one, understanding yourself, understanding men better. The internet gives us every information we want to have and we want to inform us about. Now, the last feminine trait I want to talk about that men find so attractive that they can literally not resist you is when you as a woman understand your role as a woman. You have to think about yin-yang, right? The yin-yang sign already shows that the feminine and the masculine needs each other, but also we have some piece of each other in us already. Now the thing is that we need to know our place when we are in a relationship. In a relationship, you are not the one that needs to control and lead as the woman. That's the part of the man. And when you know that, and you, as I already said throughout the video, give him the opportunities and the space to step up to be the man that he is supposed to be, that's when actually that attraction and that desire thrives between each other, because there is polarity, right? When you're too much in your masculine, you're very controlling, you don't want to let go of doing things yourself, you're very hyper independent, you will attract and meet men that are more feminine. When you're very feminine in your life and in your aura, in your energy and how you present yourself, of course you will attract men that are more masculine. When you're too much in your feminine, too much empathetic, people pleasing, and too much in your wounded feminine, of course you will attract narcissistic men, because they are way too much in their masculine and it's the wounded masculine. When it is about feminine and masculine, everything you are, you will always attract the exact polarity of it. It works like a magnet. If you are very feminine, you will attract someone that is very masculine. If you're wounded feminine, you will attract someone that is wounded masculine. If you are flourishing in your feminine, but you know also where you need your masculine, for example, to regulate your emotions, to sometimes control your emotions, to sometimes have structure and hold things down when necessary, to have your own masculine financial container that you can take care of yourself even without a man in your life. But when you are with a man, you let him do all of these things. You let him step up. You give him the space to do the things that you usually do yourself. That's when polarity is thriving, and that's what men go insane about. I have written down everything step by step, all my strategies, and also how to spot the right man in my ebook, The Queen Treatment. You will find it in the link below. I hope this could help. I hope you understand what exactly to do and how you can transform yourself into that desirable woman, and you will start attracting the man you have wanted to attract for so long. You will be the desired woman that you have always wanted to be. I will see you in my next video, and I love you so much. Bye bye.